Have you ever met a child so curious, so dangerously creative, that peace at home lasted only until scissors were within reach? Well, meet Sarah, 5 years old, bright eyes, sharper mind, the kind of child who asked adults more questions than they could Google answers for. She wasn't just smart, she was inventive, bold, and occasionally a tiny bit terrifying. It was the summer of 1975. The sun was shining, birds were singing, and inside Sarah's house, a storm was quietly preparing. A local hairdresser had come over to style her mother's hair. Sarah stood nearby like a silent investigator, eyes wide, tracking every snip, spray, and brushstroke, like she was preparing for a professional exam. Most children would get bored and wander away. Not Sarah. No. She was downloading the entire hairstyling profession into her 5-year-old brain. When the hairdresser left, her mother headed to the kitchen. And Sarah? She headed straight for destiny. She stood in front of the mirror, gripping a pair of scissors like a warrior holds a sword. With great confidence and zero hesitation, a chunk of hair fell, then another, and another. She gave herself what can only be described as a mix between a bird's nest and a potato farm. But she wasn't done. Oh no. She spotted her mother's eyebrow tweezers. Moments later, one eyebrow was completely bald. Not thin, not overplucked, gone. Right then, her mother walked in. She froze. Her soul left her body. She blinked once, twice, and whispered, "Sarah, what have you done?" And Sarah, standing proudly with half her hair left on the floor and one eyebrow missing, turned calmly and said, "I'm helping." Like the hair lady, let's be honest. Every mother watching this right now is either laughing or checking if their scissors are safely locked away. Sarah was rushed to the nearest hair salon. The barber took one look and asked, was this an accident or a crime scene? They trimmed, fixed, patched, and even painted her missing eyebrow like an art restoration project. Crisis temporarily averted. Weeks passed and school season began. Sarah, still sporting her repaired eyebrow, was excited for her first day. Backpack ready, shoes shining, spirit bright. But only a few days later, something changed. Sarah, the fearless home barber, suddenly refused to go to school. Every morning turned into battle. If her uniform had one wrinkle, she would throw every piece of clothing from her wardrobe onto the floor like a fashion tornado. She screamed. She kicked. She shouted, "I'm not going. I'd rather die." Her older sister often had to drag her out while Sarah resisted like her life depended on it. Her poor mother and older sister were exhausted. Every morning felt like an Olympic wrestling match. Finally, her sister said, "Let's take her to the school principal. Maybe he can fix this." Now, this principal wasn't just strict. He was legendary. Teachers feared him. Students whispered his name like he was a mythological beast. Sarah stood before him. He leaned forward and said sternly, "Sarah, you must stop behaving like this. You are hurting yourself and your family. Any other child would have trembled." Sarah crossed her arms and said, "No, I won't listen. School is bad, and you don't know anything." Silence. The principal stared at her like, did this kindergarten kid just roast me? Then he asked calmly, "Which grade are you in?" She muttered, "Kindergarten." He nodded slowly, then said, "Not anymore. From today, you're promoted to grade 1. Why? Because as it later turned out, Sarah wasn't rebelling against school itself. She was escaping a nightmare. Her kindergarten teacher had been tormenting the children. She yelled constantly. She refused to let them go to the restroom. She threatened to smear milk on their ears and lock them in a room full of rats. Can you imagine? To a 5-year-old, she wasn't a teacher. She was a monster. No wonder Sarah fought so hard. She didn't hate school. She was trying to save herself. Thankfully, that teacher was eventually expelled. And her new grade 1 teacher, Miss Ivona, was kind, patient, and gentle. The storm inside Sarah calmed. No more daily battles, no more fear. Her spirit returned, and so did her eyebrow. Moral of the story? When a child acts out, don't rush to punish or label them as difficult. Sometimes their behavior is not defiance. It's a signal, a silent alarm. Children don't always have the words to explain their pain, so they express it through actions. Before asking, "What's wrong with this child?" ask instead, "What happened to them?" Sarah wasn't a troublemaker, she was a survivor. Now let me ask you, if you were Sarah's parent, how would you have handled it? Would you have seen rebellion or a cry for help? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if this story opened your eyes, or at least made you smile at the eyebrow incident, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and stay with me for more real stories like this. See you in the next one.